During this upcoming remainder of what we call the span from 2010 to 2015, as you approach your year of 2012 and what we have referred to as the Splitting Prism, where all the vibrations that you are choosing to be and choosing to incorporate in your lives, begin through that prism once they pass through it to begin to diversify into parallel realities that will diverge, and diverge, to the point eventually, a few decades down the track, where you will not be able to cross from one to the other, and each that you have chosen will be the reality that you experience in totality. Allow yourselves to understand that this is also a function of the Oversoul. To have placed within this experience for all of you, this splitting prism, so that the diversifications each of you were created to be will become so refined, so aligned with a particular frequency, that it will be the essence of that reality that individual personality was designed to experience, so that again it transmits back to the Oversoul the purity of that frequency, the purity of that resonance of that reality that represents the reality of your preference, of your joy, of your true natural self. And as you diverge from that splitting prism and allow your reality to become more and more crystallized along a particular coherent laser-like frequency line, you will see all other things fall away that are not of that vibration. And they will be incapable of crossing those lines in the future. So that each will become its own divergent parallel reality, Earth, and each will shift to the Earth that is appropriate for the vibrational frequency you have chosen to make your own through your beliefs and your definitions. This was planted within the Oversouls as a timing device for each and every one of you to feel the rush and the urge to yourself, to be pulled magnetically to your truth, to your true natural self, and to explode through that prism into the parallel reality that truly represents the purest reflection of the aspect of all that is, that each and every one of you are.
Now, this was the highest asked question, and that was, what is driving or causing the splitting of parallel realities, and why is it happening now?
What is driving it is the freedom to choose and the recognition that your reality and that you are bigger than you thought. You're coming to the realization that you, quote unquote, occupy more space than just your physical bodies. And therefore your urging or yearning to be more of yourself is making you more aware of the things that you are connected to, the other realities that you're actually participating in creating with your consciousness. Therefore, this splitting is a natural result. The driving of this awareness is a natural result of the expansion of consciousness into more levels, or I'll put it this way, the expansion of your awareness of your consciousness already existing in more levels. And that's what's driving it at this time, because as we have said before, you're now at the end of the cycle of forgetting and now beginning the cycle of remembering more of who you are. This is just the timing, the natural timing you have created for the overall collective theme going through the different cycles of change on the Earth. This is what Earth is all about. And therefore, that's why this is the timing of it. Just in the same way that the timing of a graduation from any particular level of class or school has its own timing, because you've learned what you need to learn. So you move on to the next level. So you're at the end of the cycle now. You've gone through all the different kinds of machinations of negative and positive ideas that are relevant for the Earth cycle. Now you're expanding your awareness into other dimensions, becoming aware of the fact that you exist in other dimensions, and therefore that naturally drives this particular splitting experience.
It almost sounds like it's sort of the birth of Homo Galacticus.
The beginning of it, yes. That's where you're moving to. You're going to the next class. You're going to college. You're going to university now. You are going out into the world and also starting to apply these ideas. In a sense, you are actually now moving into the job market of the galaxy.
This person says they have only recently started trying to raise their vibration and get into alignment, but they feel mostly in their life that they've always been late to the game, so to speak. Will those who do not figure their stuff out in time be left behind during the vibrational shift of Earth? The analogy you'd given was being on different trains, and eventually you won't be able to switch what train you're on. Is it too late to make sure I'm on the right train?
No, it is not too late. And by asking this question and examining yourself, you have given the appearance of being on the train that will lead you in the direction of the kind of Earth that you prefer to experience. The idea is that it's not impossible for someone to switch from one train to another eventually, but it may be more challenging because you may divest yourself of the opportunities to do so. They may become less visible to you as opportunities to switch. But the idea is not that you're left behind, it's that you have made a choice and you will move forward in the direction of the choices that you have made. We would not frame it that you have been left behind, because that implies that one choice is intrinsically better than another, when in fact the idea of going on a different train from the train you're on may be exactly what that person has chosen for the best path for themselves to experience. So we wouldn't frame it as being left behind, we would simply frame it as making the choice that is correct for you. Because again, remember, you will all have a chance in spirit to evaluate the choices you made in your life review, and you will apply that information to the next thing you will choose to do. So it's not about being left behind, it's about simply making a choice and being on the train you have chosen.